The latest economic data pointing toward an economic recovery. Can the same be said for the housing market? The short answer is yes, if you ask our next guest. Prudential Real Estate releasing a new national survey showing that Americans are significantly more optimistic about home ownership than they were a year ago. Joining Squawk on the Street for another first on CNBC, Earl Lee is the president of Prudential Real Estate Affiliates. Good to see you, Earl.
Good morning.
We all wonder about whether or not Americans' views on home ownership have changed, and 96% is a pretty good number about the fact that today's a good time. Now's a good time to buy.
Absolutely. I think one of the things this survey pointed out, and if we go back, let's say, the last couple of years, there are clearly a lot of information out there that maybe the American dream of homeownership might have been sort of destroyed. I think what the survey says is that's not true, and homeownership clearly is still part of the American dream.
Yeah, of course, the tougher question is whether or not they would expect a house, if they could get the money, if they could get the loan, to appreciate over time. Whether or not it's a good investment, 63%, despite the market volatility. That is up 11 points from last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, unfortunately, home consumers are affected by all the economic news. I think as the economy gets better, as people are more confident about what their job prospects are, they start to look about how do I have a little more permanency in my life as it relates to home ownership. So they start looking back into the home market. I travel extensively around the country, and one of the things I'm clearly hearing from our affiliates is that their business is up, there's a lot more activity in their offices, and believe it or not, we are in certain markets going back to some multiple offers because inventory level has dropped pretty significantly over the last several months.
Yeah. Case-Shiller doesn't really back that up. I guess you're assuming prices are going to start to show some improvement later this year?
Well, we clearly see prices starting to move. Case-Shiller did say, by the way, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and Phoenix, Arizona, which is probably one of the areas that was most hit by the foreclosure and the downturn in the housing market. But in the Case-Shiller report, Phoenix is one of the markets that is starting to move.
Very interesting stuff. Earl, thanks for your time. Good numbers to watch. Earl Lee joining us from Prudential.
All right, tweet time. Former